This is Roger with Kinetics in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this truck as a 2006 Ford F250 crew cab long bed. It's a 6.0 turbo diesel. It's four-wheel drive. It's an XLT, which is cloth, and it has the FX4 suspension package, which is Rancho suspension installed at the factory. However, in this case, somebody's already done aftermarket to that. So they've got aftermarket shocks, and it's got a 4-inch lift. On this vehicle, what we need to know, I will tell you. I'm going to accentuate the negatives, not the positives, so that you know what you're buying, so there are no surprises. If we represent these vehicles correctly, the right vehicle will find the right person, and vice versa. If I screw up and tell you something's not is knowingly not true, it does not benefit us at all. It creates trouble. So there's your aftermarket suspension. Driver front tire, BFG all-terrain, probably a, I don't know, 30 or 40, at least 40% tread. It looks higher than 30%. I'd say 40%, maybe a little bit more even. It's a good looking truck. It does have a couple scratches on it. I think that there's one significant scratch on the passenger door. I don't know if it's significant, but it's there. Passenger front tire looks a little bit lower tread than the driver front, probably 30 or 40% tread. Where's that scratch? It's been touched up. It's right here, right between my fingers here. Okay. See a little bit of wear here. What else I see? Looks like somebody's done a little bit of body work down low on this bedside. It's not bad. It actually looks like whoever painted did a good job. This is a little bit of clear coat cracking here on the side of the bed. Touch up here. So, like I said, I'm not standing here telling you everything's great. It's my job to really look for the problems. There's absolutely zero upside in pimping the ride, so to speak. I do not want this finding the wrong person. They stole the parking sensors. It does have a parking sensor button in the dash, and they're gone. We don't replace those. They're annoying. I wouldn't recommend you doing it. They're really expensive, and to be honest with you, they don't always work. When they do work, they don't always work. Got a nice bed liner in it. It would appear that nobody's ever had a fifth wheel hitch in it. I don't see any dents in the bed from it. Got a nice tow hitch, tow package. As usual, the driver's sides are always straighter than the passenger side. The driver's side of this bed looks fantastic. Rear tires both look like they're probably 50% tread. So the lowest tire is the passenger front. Right there. That's about a couple little touch-up marks right over the coded opening, which, by the way, we don't know what the code is. You have to bring the title and get it your name and take it to your local dealer to get that. They won't just give it to you over the phone. 105,314 miles. I see we put 2 brand new batteries in it. Let's see. There's your Ford stamp on the passenger fender. There's 1 new battery. It's hard to see, but right between my fingers there is the Ford stamp on the passenger floor support. There's the stickers you need for the catalytic converter on the passenger core support. There's the Ford emblem on the driver core support. There's the Ford emblem on the driver fender, and another new battery. Alright, let's walk around here and try all the switches and stuff. There's the driver rear window. We are missing the lens in the door. That happens when people slam doors. They pop out and then they forget to put them back in, and then you never see them again. That's about half the trucks in the world are missing those. Back seat looks great. I don't think I do anything but buy a spare tire and a radio. They stole the radio. We don't replace radios because you can get a aftermarket radio, the MP3s and all the kind of stuff that you want for almost nothing and have it installed for very little at a Best Buy, and they're better units, more dependable than Ford. So Ford builds cars better than they build radios, is what I'm saying. Alright. Boy, this seat looks brand new. Forward, back, whole seat down, whole seat up, rear seat up, rear seat down, front seat cushion up, front seat cushion down. Perfect. That thing works fine. There's looks like a little discoloration right there. Otherwise, this thing looks great. Carpet looks good. A little something right here. No mat. No mats and no manual. If you want a manual, you can get them on eBay for like $10. You go to the dealer, they want like $79. It's crazy. Let's see. There's your driver window, passenger window, driver rear window, passenger rear window. Looks like this has like some tape on it. So one time I would say that this window was down and someone needed to close it up so that it wouldn't get rained in or something and put that on there. That's like tape that's stuck on there. So you might have to spend a little bit of time with a razor blade or some solvent to get that off if you really care. There's your locks. There's your mirror. That's out, in, up, down, other side, out, in, up, down. Alright. Let's see, I did the door locks already. Did the windows. There's your seat back, seat forward. Let's see, whole seat down, whole seat up. Let's see, tilt up, tilt down, tilt down, tilt up. Perfect. Okay. There was a big tear here. Our mobile seat guy came and filled it and repaired it, but that's what they look like when they do that. You can see that little dip in there. Very common on a cloth XLT truck. Let's make sure that the pedals work. That's down. That's up. Tilt wheel. That works fine. Alright. I'll tell you one thing else I'd get for it is a step. Because, well, I'm vertically challenged at 5'9". I'm also old, so it's really annoying to climb up in there, so get a step. Alright, let's make sure the air works. It does. Like I said, you've got the radio. They were nice and they unplugged it, so if you wanted to, you could just buy a factory radio and plug it in. Like I said, I wouldn't do that. I would go to Best Buy and get an aftermarket with all the bells and whistles and call it a day. That is blowing cold. Like I said, this is not functional because they stole the sensors out of the rear bumper. Let's see. There's tow on and off. Alright, we put it into neutral. Go to 4 low. Now we're in 4 low. And I'm going to put it in drive. That's drive. I'm going to put it in reverse. That's reverse, and that works perfect. Neutral, 4 high, drive. Boy, that's quick too. The actuators are in excellent shape. In and out of 4-wheel drive perfectly. And reverse. Alright, so 4 high and 4 low work great. 2-wheel drive. And let me tilt the wheel down a little bit. All right. Oh, you know what else? We got a demo. This. We have a moonroof, which is unusual in an XLT. So they must have ordered this special to have an XLT FX4 with a moonroof. All right, that works fine. All right. Now the speech. It's on a salvage title. So if you want to come to Tucson to drive it home, you can only get plates and insurance on a restored salvage title. It's on a salvage title now. So we have to take it to inspection. We charge $200 to do that before you get here or before it ships out. We take it to motor vehicles, they give it a level 3 inspection. We take the level 3 inspection of the salvage title motor vehicles, and we get a restored salvage title. Then we can get plates and insurance. So that's why it's mandatory, especially if you're going to drive. We have to do that. So that's $200. $250 dock fee and taxes. Taxes are 2% city sales tax plus whatever your state tax rate is. So if your state tax rate is 3% and you come to Tucson to drive it home, you're going to pay a total of 5% taxes. There's the turbo. This runs great. You're going to pay a total of 5% taxes. That would be your 3% plus our 2%. $250 dock fee and $200 to restore the title. If you pay by wire and ship, all you're obligated to pay is the agreed upon price. I would strongly suggest adding $200 and having us restore the title before it ships out. If you're going to pay by wire, I would do that. But if not, just make sure you can do it in your state with the bill of sale, the truck itself, and our salvage title. Let's see. Please make sure you get a deposit in. Once we have a deposit, we have a deal. We'll put your name in a banner over the truck at wheelk.com and you'll know it's yours. Until then, it's for sale. We don't hold vehicles on words. Been there and done that, and it's been brutal. Lost a lot of sales doing that. We're not doing that anymore. What else? We started this about, 3 or 4 months ago. This speech is rather obvious for people with an IQ, but I'm going to say it anyway. This is not a new truck. Ford engineers gave it a warranty and on the years and the mileage for a reason. The reason being they didn't know after that point in miles or years what was going to happen to the truck. So if they don't know, how do we know? We don't know what the Ford engineers know. Okay? So we don't know what's going to happen to this truck a week from now, a year from now, or 10 years from now. We can tell you that we know that EGRs are their weakness. That EGR and an oil cooler change at some point is possible. Not all the time. In fact, we have a lot of vehicles with more than 200,000 miles in 6.0s that have never had an EGR and don't need one. But we also have had trucks with 80,000 miles that need them. If you need them, if you find a reputable guy, you can buy the parts, the EGR, and the cooler for about $800. $700, $800, and they can install them if they know what they're doing and they're being honest with you in about 6 hours, 7 hours. So it's about a $1,500 to $2,000 proposition if you need it. That's the weakness in this vehicle. Duramax weaknesses are injectors. 5.9 Cummins are transmissions, and both of those are more expensive than this problem. But we tell you up front, we even say that in the ad, that this is a weakness of this vehicle in print. It's not displaying any of those symptoms now, but you need to know what you're buying, okay? So do your research, know what you're buying. If you need a new car, if you need something that's perfect, you need to go to the auto mall near you or the new car dealer near you. And this thing is probably, 2014 is probably $45,000 in an XLT, maybe 50. And you'll get bottled water and a loaner car when it breaks and all that stuff. Otherwise, consider the money that you're going to save on this vehicle as maybe some of that money you save will have to go into repairing it sooner or later. If you don't have that mindset, this is not what you should be doing. You should always buy new. Okay? Anyway, that's about it. That's my speech. Christmas is over. New Year's is almost here. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. Don't kill somebody or kill yourself, because that would be bad. Anyway, thanks very much for your time. Happy New Year.